I'm not in the business of selling mattresses or pillows or toppers or sheeting. I'm in the business of selling sleep. If somebody told me mattresses was a very sexy business, I'd be like, are you sure?
Michael back from Modular Agency here in Bangkok, meeting the entrepreneurs. So I'm here with Vic.
Chokwonganun, yeah.
Vic, as I understand, you are an entrepreneur serving the hospitality space in Bangkok. Now, Bangkok has 22 million visitors a year, the number one tourist destination in the world. So you seem like pretty smart to get into this space. Tell us about yourself.
Sure. My name is Vic. I'm currently the CEO of Sleep Happy, and this is actually a digital e-commerce company that I started as a pet project, and we took it at a whole different level. But if you really want to start from the background, my dad, he was in the mattress business, and we started making coconut mattresses, and we were doing OEM for a lot of the people. All right. So then come 2008, we acquired this company in Netherlands called Dream Master, and we took this company and he grew this to become one of the largest hospitality companies in Thailand. But then during the same time, obviously we had a manufacturing facility. So, apart from doing just hospitality, and we don't work with just any hospitality groups, we work with Marriott, Wyndham, Radisson, Accor, all the main hospitality chains. We also were doing a lot of OEM. All right. So OEM, for people that don't know, is just white label manufacturing of mattresses and so on and so forth. But then in 2017, my number one e-commerce competitor came to us and we started doing a lot of volume with them. And me going into university in 2017 and growing up with having mattresses all around me and really living and breathing the space, I realized that look, we're always at the benefit of the purchasing or procurement team, and we are always being squeezed. Why can't I be the other place? Why can't we be the one? Because we're developing all the products for them. We're doing all the ODM. They're just a marketing company. Saying just a marketing company, it's easy back then. Now, obviously, I've done it, so it's much more difficult. But so that was the vision. So I was like, hey, why don't we start our own mattress e-commerce company? And what's the worst that could happen? It's a pet project. I'm still in university. And worst case scenario, we fail and we burn a little bit of cash, but screw it, it's a good experience. So we did it, and then when COVID took place, I had no option but to come back here. And so that's when I really started living and breathing it. And I've taken this company over the past 6 years to become the third, fourth largest e-commerce player in Thailand. So we really dominated and we've overtaken some of the big, big legacy player and are going to plan to do about close to $18 million this year in turnover. But that's just my company. And as a group, we have many, many different avenues. We have offline retail, we have our e-commerce, we export all around Southeast Asia, we have our hospitality, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay, so you went from OEM, meaning hotels would go to you to source mattresses.
Not hotels, right? Not just hotels. This is white label for retail companies all around. So Sleep Well Group, the companies, the manufacturing industry, that was started for hotels under the name Dreammaster. And then Sleepwell was also doing OEM for a lot of the major retailers around Thailand, right? So they used to come to me. We used to develop this product, the specification, do all the sampling, tell them what the stories are, what the benefit is, blah, blah, blah. Then they used to take that product, order with us at MOQs, and sell it in the market and make margin that way.
And then they would white label it with their own brand.
With their own brand. That's
and
it.
where is the manufacturing for these
It's in
mattresses?
Samut Sakhon. So it's in Thailand itself. It's about an hour away from here.
I hadn't realized that Thailand manufactures mattresses. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things they do.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you saw an opportunity to then build your own brand.
Yeah.
Which is when you launched the e-commerce. So now you're selling under the brand which is called
Sleep Happy.
Sleep Happy.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're the CEO of Sleep Happy.
I'm the CEO of Sleep Happy. Well, if you really take it from 2020 onwards, while I was running Sleep Happy, I was the chief revenue officer of Sleepwell Group, and I 3x our group's revenue essentially all across all the different business divisions that we had. But then over the past year and a half to 2 years, I've taken back more of a director role instead or of the group and really doubling down on Sleep Happy because I'd rather invest my time where the biggest ROI is, and that's this company. So we have 4.5x our business up until 2024. So within 3 years, 2021 till 2024, growing 4.5x is no easy job. You have to understand supply chain, you have to understand marketing, you have to understand recruiting, people management, so on and so forth, which At a young age, I was lucky enough that my parents gave me the opportunity to really do this, make the mistakes, and it was the parents his money that I was playing with initially. But now it's obviously I've taken this company to become bigger than his other businesses now. Yeah.
Okay, so then was there any innovation when you started to develop the Sleep Happy mattresses? Because typically you'd want to, as I understand, you'd want to make a twist off of the product so then you can say, hey, we do this better than these other guys.
Yeah, so look, I mean, our story with Sleep Happy is our value prop is we, through affiliation with our parent group, we are the only ones that actually have hotel references, right? And like I mentioned, it's five-star hotels. So what this means is that, like no mom and pop can go and supply a mattress to a five-star hotel. You can't supply to Accor, you can't supply to Sofitel, you can't unless you really have the state-of-the-art manufacturing, your product is really the best quality. So the idea was through affiliation, we brought this halo effect of hospitality when we first started this brand, and we said that look, that was our story, right? So you can get at a sleep happy price an extremely good quality product. But then obviously over the years we've adjusted our branding, our messaging, and we have adjusted the key message that we push out to the customers now.
Can you tell me about these mattresses made in Thailand? Why is Thailand uniquely positioned to manufacture mattresses?
I'd say it's more like Southeast Asia or Asia Pacific as a whole. Labor is cheaper over here, electricity is cheaper, and good thing about Thailand is infrastructure is phenomenal. So that means that it's easy to get raw materials from either within Thailand, but the best thing is we have FDA agreements with China, so that means that we can import raw materials at much cheaper prices. So I'll give you an example. I go to China very often to go source, so on and so forth, when it comes to raw materials for our production. What we see is that yeah, there's maybe like four major phone manufacturers here, but in China, every 10 kilometers is four to five. So you see that benefit that these people have and that economy of scale that they benefit with. So because of that, that allows, and through free trade agreements, we can bring in products at 7 days, 10 days, immediately manufacture, and allows us with cheap labor, well not cheap, but cheaper labor than other countries to really do this in a very cost effective and high quality way.
And how's the quality control process? Do you take a nap at the factory?
Oh, always, every day. No, sad to say, I'm in the sleep business, but I don't get to sleep much because I'm working all the time, which really,
The irony,
yeah,
yeah.
it's the irony in it. But I guess the quality of my mattresses are so good that I don't need to sleep so much. I guess I wake up, fully energized. But the quality control process is quite rigorous. We have actually implemented TQM, Total Quality Management. I mean, my brother, our COO, he would know a lot more detail. I'm the CEO right now, but essentially the idea is that look, everyone within the whole process should be able to go and do a quality control, no matter whether it moves from location one to location two to location three. You don't need to have QC people everywhere. You yourself should be the QC and be able to say that hey, this is not good quality, send it back. Right, so we have gone and really implemented this in the culture. Number two is we've hired experts. What I tend to find in Thailand is that when it comes to operation side, especially in like the Samut Sakhon area, which is a little further away, the quality of extremely smart people when it comes to operation production, I can't really compare with likes of India. So I bring a lot of Indians in to manage the day to day, and they are phenomenal. So they help implement very rigorous system. The IT help ensure that we are doing barcoding and QR check in every process and ensuring that the quality passes. So if there's an issue here, we can see the trail that hey, you all allowed this to pass. How did that happen? So we have implemented like this a lot of different schemes, so on and so forth. We do FQC, finish good quality control out of randomly open one mattress today, check the quality. We do IQC, incoming quality control, FCQC, IPQC, in process quality control. So there's a very rigorous quality control scheme that we have gone and implemented. Yeah.
I think I saw a glimpse of the CEO dropping the hammer when you said you allowed all this to happen. What happened over here? Yeah, so I think I wouldn't want to see that side of you, although you look pretty friendly.
I'm a
Um,
pretty friendly guy. Yeah, I like to have a lot of fun while I work.
so it's pretty cool that you're 25.
I just turned 26 a month ago, so yeah, we can just say I'm still 25.
No, okay, it's okay. 26 is still young to be
Yeah.
doing this stuff. It's pretty cool that you're 26, running this company. And how many people in your?
So in total, as a group, we have 400. In Sleep Happy, we have about 45 to 50 people.
Okay, and revenue you said 17?
So $18 million is what I'll plan to do with my e-commerce company this year. As a group, we're north of about 35, $40 million or so.
And so let's just talk about Sleep Happy because you're the boss there. Is that only within Thailand, serving the hospitality industry here?
No, so Sleep Happy is no affiliation through hospitality. It's just we bring that into the marketing through affiliation with our parent group, right?
Oh, okay.
But Sleep Happy is a direct to consumer company within the
Oh,
sleep space, right? And like the whole vision and idea of the brand now is the fact that look, better sleep makes you happier. Let me actually ask you a question. Why do you sleep every night?
I get tired.
You're tired,
Yeah.
and so you want to recover, you want to be re-energized, you want to essentially have a better next day, right? And do you feel that the worse your quality of sleep, the worse your next day is? Are you
Mm.
groggy? Do you get temperamental? Do you get, pissed off easily? Is your mood impacted? So, just like the necessities of life, like water and food, sleep is one of them. And people don't understand it. They take it for granted how important sleep is for so many different aspects, your immunity, your mood, your energy, so on and so forth. Our goal is one thing. We just believe that sleep happy makes you happier. I'm not saying that it'll give you a happy life, because your life could really be impacted, so many different things around that my product can't do. But if your base level of happy is here and you have a better quality sleep, I can ensure that you will be happier. Now, I'm not in the business of selling mattresses or pillows or toppers or sheeting. I'm in the business of selling sleep. That's it. What those are just avenues through allowing us to be your daily recharge partner, to allow you to get good sleep, to be happier. That's it. That's what we're here for, and that's the idea that we're trying to push. But everything is done through having phenomenal quality products, a great product architecture, a good branding, good key message, and really having that budget to put your money where your mouth is and really invest. So we had to take a lot of risk in the beginning, and we were like, yeah, spend it, do it. And I mean, it's worked out.
So where are most of your customers now?
Everyone's in Thailand right now, so
Okay.
but we do nationwide delivery, free delivery. So we do Bangkok, we do upcountry, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, Phuket. You can even like the little islands all around. We deliver everywhere nationwide.
And how do you get the word out? How do you do your marketing?
Digital marketing, everything is 100% digital. So we use TikTok aggressively, we use Facebook Meta aggressively, we obviously use SEM, and then we convert a lot on, from the likes of Shopee, Lazada, so on and so forth as well.
So it's very localized marketing for Thailand to, their sense of humor, Thai language, and then you get leads through there through the link in TikTok. They order
Yes.
the mattresses and just like that.
So there's two different ideas, right? Number one is we have to understand that everything is a marketing funnel. You understand what a marketing funnel is, right?
Yep.
Awareness, consideration, conversion. The goal is you want people to come into your funnel and engage with your content. Then you start retargeting them. And because we do a lot of market research to really understand, if you were my customers, what are your key decision making? What are the resistant factors that allow you to not want to make a. So we make a lot of content around all of this, right? So I'll give you an example is we're selling mattresses online. Now, I don't know you, but a lot of people here would be like, it's a product that I'm going to sleep on. You can sell that online.
Yeah. How do you test
Right?
it?
So that is now an objection. So when it comes to my consideration window, I make content of objection busters that, yeah, you guys may be worried about this, but one thing you have to realize is my mattresses are 10,000 baht with 0% 10-month installment. You're only spending 1,000 baht a month. Number two, I have over 100,000 reviews, 1.3 million followers on just Shopee alone. Number three is I have customer service people 24 hours a day to go and give you the insights you need to ensure that you choose the right product. And don't trust my word, you look at the thousands of reviews that we have, so many happy customers that are saying that the quality is phenomenal. Again, so that's just an example of one single content that we do. So we have to really understand our people. Once people enter the funnel, they understand the brand, then the last stage of the funnel is conversion. Now, if you're a Shopee customer, you will go and buy. I don't know if you're aware of Shopee and so on and so forth.
We have
It's like,
Shopee in
yeah.
Taiwan.
So you go buy on Shopee or you'll buy on Lazada, or like now TikTok Shop is growing exponentially here. And that for me is the new way. I feel that within the next 2 to 3 years, TikTok Shop will change the way the whole e-commerce game works.
Have you set up your TikTok shop already?
Yeah, we're starting to convert. Yeah, quite a lot. But the only issue is the average order value is much lower than all the peers.
You
at the
think it's
moment.
because the average age of TikTokers or TikTok audience is younger?
You know, it's so funny that you bring this. My consumers that are buying my products on TikTok are all Gen X to Gen Z. I have Gen
Oh,
X and Gen Y buying me on TikTok. We have to understand that post COVID, TikTok was really launched in Thailand about 2021. Now, during that time, it forced a lot of people to digitize, right? You're stuck at home. You're gonna have to go and buy products. You're gonna have to buy produce. You need to cook. You can't go into the mall. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna buy online. You're forced to do it. You need to live. What that meant was a lot of people started using a lot more social media, and TikTok just grew then.
hmm.
So during this whole process, imagine now there's all the if you, I don't know if you know, are aware, but 45 out of the 73 million people in Thailand are on TikTok. So you need to understand the stats and you need to understand who the people are, how many people are using. So that's a big number.
We should stop saying it's just for the kids, right?
Yeah,
That's already
it's
very
it's
dated.
far exceeded that. So my upcountry orders on TikTok to these Gen X and Gen Y are huge. But we have to understand one thing is the people that are purchasing right now on TikTok, at least for us at the moment, are these upcountry people. And the sense of trust and validity, unlike Shopee or these other platforms, are still not built as of yet. But the traffic is huge. So that's why the AOV at the moment, not just for me, but I know at least a few other e-commerce friends that I have, it's still low, but it's slowly gonna start creeping up and up and up. Yeah.
What's AOV?
Average order value.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just an average price. We have different prices of products that we have. So when you blend everything down, your average order value on different platforms differ.
One of the things I like about your business, you hadn't really talked about AI that much. It doesn't sound like there's much tech involved except kind of like basic stuff. And I think we are so obsessed with tech and AI these days, and even like crypto stuff, that we forget that just solving like a universal need like sleep is always going to be a really good business that can make you millions of dollars. You know, if you look at some of the classic business cases like Costco, people always want cheap food, or um, cruise lines or airlines. These things never go out of style, which means that they're very predictable, like revenue sources. So, do you find that your business is categorized under these like sort of traditional unsexy businesses that are highly reliable?
Absolutely. I mean, if somebody told me mattresses was a very sexy business, I'd be like, are you sure? You know, because you're selling a commodity, right?
Hmm.
But the idea over here is, 99% of the mattresses just are springs, are foamed, are fabric. It's the same shit, but you have to introduce new technologies within. So, for example, instead of just using a normal foam, we use charcoal infused foam. Or our memory foam is also infused with copper beads. Right, so we do R&D with some of our R&D team here to really try to introduce some sort of a tech application and use that within our marketing to help distinguish our products or our business against others. But really, the big goal at the end of the day is I'm not in the business of selling technical aspects or technical, you know, things. I really am in the business of selling better sleep, and that's the big vision and the goals that we want to start implementing this year and onwards.
Hmm.
People don't, if you want to buy a fancy product with this and that, we might not be the best brand, but if you want to get a damn good sleep, right, then you can come, and obviously then we'll have technical aspects to go convince them why later on.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's the plan for the next 1 to 5 years?
Yeah, well, I usually always like to do a 3-year plan because what I realize is every 3 years, the whole market dynamics change. And so I will do a long-term 10-year plan and a 3 years, but roughly within the next 3 years, I want to be in Vietnam
Hmm.
and I want to have my Sleep Happy businesses turn over about $35 million. My trajectory is already there, 35. If I'm able to raise capital, then I'm aiming at $75 million within the next 3 years, 2026, 7, 8, 2028. And the next 10 years is I really want to list my company and I want to take a lot of that money and grow to become one of the most dominant sleep brands within Southeast Asia. The goal is a Southeast Asia play. And if I really have a lot of money and success after the 10 years, it's India.
Mm.
That's the market. That's a sexy market to really be in right now. Yeah.
Cool. So, would you say to be successful in this business or another business like it, what do you need to understand the most? Is it the marketing side? Is it the supply chain side? Is it balancing everything?
I guess it's balancing everything, but I'd say the key is people management.
Mm.
right? Look, accounting is the heart of the business. If you don't understand how to manage your cash flow, you don't understand the basics of a balance sheet or an income statement, you don't know if you're making money, you're not making money, but you can hire phenomenal accountants that can help teach that skill to you,
Hmm.
or understanding marketing. Okay, look, marketing is something that is going to be very, very important for you to understand, but you can hire people that will help educate, right? So, number one, the most important skill is really recruiting. And I, obviously, me running the whole group in the past, I had been recruiting everyone from different position and really understood the art of finding the right candidate. So I go when I, let's say I just hired a new TikTok head. When I want to go in, I go in hard and I interview maybe 15 people 1 week, boom, right, like that level. Round one, I shortlist from maybe 300 people to 30 people, then interview 15, do round number two. Out of the two I select, then I'll do case studies interview for round number three, and I spend 10 to 15 hours with that one candidate I'm gonna go and get to ensure that you're really the right one.
Mm.
Initially, it was everyone, but now that the team has been built, it's really my heads, and then obviously below them, the heads will interview, and then I'll just do round two to see culture fit. Are you going to be able to work with me, so on and so forth. So, recruiting, and number two is grit and resilience. You need to be hungry, and you can never give up. Shit will always hit the fan, but you gotta stay strong. So those are the two biggest skills that I feel are most important in this business. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading Beyond Entrepreneurship 2.0 right now, which is a famous book recommended by the CEO of Netflix.
Okay, nice.
And I think it's chapter one where he says, find your right team, master recruiting. That's the number one thing you need
Yeah.
to build your business. So it's echoing exactly what you said.
Look, the idea essentially is you can't scale until you don't understand the art of delegation. You can't delegate until you don't understand the art of recruiting. So it's like a circular impact. You understand what I'm trying to say, right?
So is this something that you learned from a mentor or you figured it out along the journey?
Yeah, I definitely learn from mentors. I mean, for me to be at 26 and have taken my company from zero to $18 million, it's something I could not have done if I didn't have smart people around me to really teach me. And apart from it just being my dad, one thing that he look, um, we really went through a really bad time during COVID because majority of our turnover was hospitality and hotels were closed. Even then, he was like, "Look, you want to hire the people, you want to get these people." He gave me the budget. So thank God he did. So that allowed me to really hang out with who I like to call winners, because you want to hang out with winners if you want to win, right? And then on top of that, he got some phenomenal consultants, some of the top guys in the mattress field in China, so on and so forth. And he really got them in and paid them a shit ton of money and said, "My goal is for my son, for my we have three of us together, for all of us to learn." But I guess I was really the one that took that opportunity, and day and night I'm like asking them question, "Hey, what do you think? Let's go and talk. Let's go grab a drink. What do you think about this? Blah 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 blah." And then a lot of them are now working with us in the company as well. So yeah, it's really through mentorship that I could learn so fast, but also the internet, right? I didn't understand anything about digital marketing when I first started this company. So YouTube was my teacher. How do I run Facebook ads? How do I run SEM? How do I optimize? What is a marketing funnel? What is branding? What's a story? Like I didn't know any of this, but you need to have that want to go learn. That resilience is what I was like. What I was saying, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now you can learn anything for free
Yeah.
on YouTube, books, library, whatever. It's almost like there's too much information, but that's never an excuse. It's more like, are you motivated to learn? But information is all there,
All there, yeah.
and you don't even need to pay consultants. I think consultants are great because they funnel the information perfectly for your situation. But that's nice to have.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You don't need to. And now with AI, you can make AI your mentor, right? I mean, you can make a project and you can feed it all the instruction it needs and tell it that you're my mentor now. Like I have, if you look at my chat GPTs that I have a project for CEO, I have a CFO project, I have a HR recruiting project. So and I put in the right instruction to make them the biggest experts they are in their field. And I always ask them questions daily. What do you think about this? Hey, analyze this data for me. What's your insights on this? So that's really helped optimize the level that we work so much that yeah, you don't need mentors, but the goal essentially here is that you want to buy their knowledge, right? They have lived for 50 years. I'm here 25 years old, 20 years old, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you the money and you teach me. And I pay these mentors a shit ton of money, shit ton of money. Like,
Sounds expensive.
yeah, it's very expensive, but it's so worthwhile.
Yeah.
I know it's worth it for the future.
And since you're so young, why do you want to work so hard? What motivates you? Why don't you just relax, go to Pattaya, enjoy your 20s without all this responsibility?
Yeah, that's such a great questions you asked. I'm not wired like that, I guess. Ever since I was young, even I mean, I was just entrepreneur. I always knew that I want to do something on my own, right? And since university, like even when it came to exam time or before, I've always been on the work, on the grind culture. It's always been me and who I am. But essentially, the goal here is I want to make a shit ton of money to ensure my parents and my loved ones can have a phenomenal life. My thinking is work work fast, learn fast, fail fast while you're young, so that when you're in your 30s and 40s, you can really relax then,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm working for my future. So I want to make sure my parents can really have a much better life than they're even living now. 5 years from now, I want to make sure that, everything we earn, everything we make, it's all for them, for the family. Yeah. So that's really the big vision and the goal.
How's your work-life balance?
I have a girlfriend, so at least that's good.
Yeah.
So, I'm usually working on the weekdays till about maybe it depends, but maybe it's about 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. And then I head back and then I'll do my workout and whatnot. So my work and life, my life balance is really maybe me working out, or if I'm seeing my friends on the weekdays, then we're gonna go have some beers, maybe smoke a little bit and have a good time after. But then on the weekends is really when I get to chill. Saturday is my chill day. Sunday is my work day.
Mm.
So Saturday is when I'll be really hanging out with my girlfriend. And I'm just glad that she is also at the top of her game. So she gives me my time. She understands what I'm trying to build. But yeah, usually it's work maybe 90% of the time, and it's play 10% of the time. But when I play hard. I really like to have a good time. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I want to know a little bit about you. Tell me about how you started this company.
Oh, okay, here comes the interview flipped on me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I started in 2019. We're based in Taipei, so I started out as a blog writer for Microsoft. Um, and then that led to other opportunities for like B2B blog writing. And then some of those clients, I mean, these were like big tech, like Acer, Asus, Microsoft, and then they requested like photo shooting for products, video production, case studies, things like that. So I got busy, hired a few PMs, and now we service the tech industry for just content that they need. And then they wanted TikToks in like 2023, Reels. 2025 is about the omni-channel approach. So they want TikToks, they want Instagram, they want YouTube, they still want blogs, articles. And then we also got into personal branding with CEOs. So this is kind of like what we're doing now is we're promoting ourselves as somebody who can take a founder brand and scale it up. And that way with founder brands, they can hire better talent, get investment, more customers. So yeah, we're running these two kind of business units, product, content, and founder branding. And yeah, it's awesome. It's fun.
Tell me about your content, because content is king, especially in my world, right? I mean, the better your content is, the better your key message goes out, the easier it is to convert, the lower your consideration window. How do you make good quality content for these brands? Are you working and testing out different hooks, different style? Is it short form content? What works in your world? So
Well, we have to constantly study because it changes all the time.
yeah.
It used to be that you position yourself as an authority, as an expert, you share educational content. But I think that's already getting dated. There's enough of every kind of educational content you need. What's missing from the content game is a fresh perspective. So if you, for example, as Sleep Happy CEO, you can educate somebody based on your process, or let's say how you build mattresses, but there needs to be your own opinion on top of that that nobody else that nobody else will have. So your unique perspective, and nobody can copy you. There's only one of you. So that's how you build a moat around your business. We don't know. We know who Warren Buffett is, but not everybody knows who Berkshire Hathaway is, right?
Mm.
So our position, our strategy for clients is we want to know like, what is your process? What are the cases? What is your perspective? And then mix it in all together in different types of content. Really cool story, and wish you best of luck in the future. And I think this could be very inspiring for other young guys in their 20s who want to get started. So yeah, thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure.